Got a situation here where we're transitioning from some 70-year-old hardwood to some new tile, and so we need a transition piece. And so ask an expert about this, and he said you got to start with a paper template. So started out with this cardboard, made a template in here, and that seemed to fit really well. Then I transitioned to a piece of wood. Made a mistake, so I had to do a second one. This was made out of poplar. And then I took this piece and made the final one. So the final one is made out of the same material as the wood floor, oak. And then that will be installed, and that will be my transition piece. And then I will be able to put my threshold on top of that. So this is pretty much what the Lord is talking about in our scriptures here, is that the people of his day, what they were doing is they were using the Pharisees as a model to model their lives after. So the Pharisees were their template. The problem is the Pharisees were only concerned with externals and not internals. You see the final piece here is not just some kind of faux finish, but it's solid oak all the way through. And so Jesus was trying to get the people to understand you need a life that's solid. And so take a look at what he says here in Matthew 5:20. For I say unto you that except your righteousness shall exceed the righteousness of the scribes and Pharisees, you shall not enter the kingdom of heaven. This almost seemed impossible to them because these were the people that were deemed the most righteous. And yet they had a problem in the heart. So they had an exterior finish, but they weren't solid all the way through. So how do you make the transition from your old life to your new life? Well, you need a pattern that you can follow. And that pattern is not some other man, but that pattern is Jesus Christ himself. And so as you look into the scriptures, what you'll see is what James says. Those scriptures will be a mirror unto your heart, and you'll see that there are some things you need to change in your life. This is obedience, and it requires submission. I would encourage you to make those changes. So as I went from this to this to this to that, I modified and came closer and closer and closer to the piece that it really needed to be. And so allow the Word of God to convict your heart, be obedient to it, and make those changes that you need to make. So encourage you today, obey the Lord. May God richly bless you.